If you have not yet noticed, traffic is a little bit slower around the area of I-95 just north of the Savannah River. The project to widen I-95 has begun. Should only be a problem overnight. But all of that to handle the growth that has come to the southern part of South Carolina. But we're going to talk a little bit about controlling that growth. State Senator Tom Davis joining us. You've got some plans going, and folks should know that there are things that are going to at least control the growth, maybe slow it down some and control the growth here in the southern part of the state.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, while it's great news that, I-95 is being widened and improved, we're continuing to do other road improvements, Argent Boulevard, 278, 170, better signalization at intersections. I mean, all of that's ongoing. But it's important to understand that we're going to have to slow down and control growth. We can't build our way out of this by more roads and wider roads. It's just not possible. And so what I've been trying to do for the past several years, Bob, is to purchase up large tracts of land in southern Beaufort and southern Jasper County and place it into preservation for perpetuity. And there's various ways we can do that. I mean, I drafted and got enacted in the General Assembly the Greenspace Act, right, which allows us to raise $100 million locally to purchase green space. And we're halfway through that project right now. But it's important to understand that local money allows me to go to the state resource agencies like the Forestry Commission, the Department of Natural Resources, the Office on Resiliency, and to get matching state dollars to augment our preservation efforts down here. And that in turn allows me to go to Washington, D.C. and work with our federal agencies like the US Forestry Service. They have a Forestry Legacy Program, and take the local dollars and state dollars and leverage more federal dollars. So I'm spending a lot of my time trying to identify resources and monies that we can gather to purchase large tracts of land in southern Beaufort and southern Jasper County before they're developed. Okay, so that's one thing that we can do. Right. Another thing is this. Constantly, developers are asking municipalities and counties to upzone their property. In other words, to increase the allowed density on their property. Mm-hmm. And in years past, municipalities and counties have not been very resistant to those efforts. But I have to applaud them. In recent years, they recognize, too, that we're destroying paradise with all this growth. And they're starting to turn away developers for the first time, really, who are asking for these upzonings, asking for these increased densities. So I wanted to give a shout out to local leaders for progress in that regard. We also need to be more aggressive in implementing impact fees. When developers come in and want to develop, they create the need for new roads, new schools, new police, fire. We need to assess those fees and costs on those developers rather than have the cost of growth be amortized among the entire population. That's not fair. And then lastly, we have environmental standards on the books that we can more strictly enforce. And that will also help us in this effort to slow down development. So it's an all the above approach. It takes up a lot of my time. Sure, we're going to improve the roads. Sure, we're going to improve the bridges, better signalization, but it all starts with trying to control the out of control growth.
You think you feel like you're having some success? You feel like you're turning a corner on this?
We are having some success, but there has to be a degree of urgency with this. I mean, as we go about gathering the money and identifying parcels, anybody driving the roads can see that lands are being cleared and development is occurring. So there's got to be a sense of urgency we bring to this. And I think that we are, and we're making progress, but it's an uphill battle.
You've got to do it. Obviously, the towns have got to do it, the county as well. And as you mentioned, they are beginning to. I got about 30 seconds left. I got to ask you one quick political question.
Sure.
A little stuff going back and forth about potentially redistricting in South Carolina. There are those who are for it. Most of the reporting I have read says that state leaders are kind of cool to the idea for now. What do you know?
From what I'm hearing, and any redistricting effort in South Carolina would go through the Judiciary Committee and the House Representatives, right, and the Judiciary Committee and the Senate. Both chairman of the Senate Judiciary and chairman of the House Judiciary have indicated that they are not going to take up redistricting in 2026. So as a practical matter, if you've got the chairman of the committee's jurisdiction saying that there's not going to be redistricting, there's not going to be redistricting next year.
All right. State Senator Tom Davis, representing the Lowcountry. Thank you so much for joining us. Some good stuff here. We appreciate it. Take care.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
We'll be back with more of the WHHI Daily News right after this.